The energy for the day is 7. The topic of the day is commitment. And the hack of today is for all my lefty righties out there. And if you aren't, why you probably should be. What up, though? Welcome back to Hate by Design. I'm FaShon VEGA. The energy for today is a 7, and the attitude is a 6. The topic for today is commit. What does it mean to commit, and why? The state or quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, etc. Dedication, devotion, allegiance, loyalty, fulfilledness, fidelity. A promise to do or give something. A promise to be loyal to someone or something. So now having a little bit better understanding about the word commit in the English language, we can start exploring why it's relevant, why we need to commit to something, why we need to be a person of our word, and how it translates into relationships that we have. But first and foremost, the relationships that we have with ourselves. It is easier for people to be motivated about us and supporting us when they see us supporting us and being motivated about us and doing what we say we're going to do, no matter how small the thing. So we want to talk about micro goaling and how do we set up minor, small, or micro goals to start paving out the path towards success for ourselves. So we'll go over 10 things that I personally do to help me start off my day to have some micro goals to just kickstart my day for everyday practices. And these are my ways of micro goaling and encouraging new neurological pathways of helping my brain learn how to think and learn faster and differently. And the first thing that I do, I don't touch my phone for 30 minutes to an hour. And I know it sounds like a long time, but actually, when I started, I was like, man, I could probably do an hour, but most people won't be able to, maybe. It might be challenging. But actually, if you sell yourself not to start for 30 minutes and you give yourself maybe 10 things to do in the morning, what you find is those 10 things are going to take about an hour. And these are 10 things that you've done without using your phone. That in itself is a whole nother thing to motivate success. Realizing that there's so much I can get done without this technology. The hack for today is about the orientation and how we wear our watches. So if you're a right-handed person, where you should wear it. And if you're a left-handed person, where you should wear it and why. Out of those 10 things is exercise. There's a list of things that I like to do in the morning, and one of those things is exercise. And with that said, let's head to the basement. Trish was here. So, it's not my day to work out, it's a rest day. That's it. In our lives, most of us have been told, if you want to achieve your goals, commit. You have to commit yourself. You have to change your way of thinking. And that's right. That's 100% true. Issue is, very rarely for most of us has anyone actually shown us how to commit to things and how to change our thinking. And that in itself is a learned process. And often we make goals and we have aspirations and we actually take steps towards doing those things, but the goals are so big and our steps are so large that they're almost unattainable for the mindset that we're currently in. And the mind that created the problem will not solve the problem. The mind that created the problem will not solve the problem. The mind that created the problem will not solve the problem. So we have to start to change that mindset by tricking it. And it's called, we call it micro goaling. So you set micro goals in the direction of your major thing that you want to do. So, for example, I want to cut more body fat and I want to create more agility and more flexibility. To do that, I needed to take some steps in the right direction. And joining a gym and just jumping into a routine doesn't work necessarily for everybody. Even for me, not that I'm not able to do it, but my schedule is often a lot. So I have to add things in incrementally so that I can actually achieve the things that I'm trying to do. So a few months ago when I started, I didn't have this. I just had push-ups and sit-ups. Eventually we grabbed some bars, some dumbbells, a whole nother weight bench set, and we went to LA Fitness and Planet Fitness sometimes. And over the course of a few months, I started participating or achieving more and more and more. I started off going twice a week, and then that turned into 3 times a week, and then it turned into 4 times a week. And then here I was committed to working out here. Something that you could do, for example, if you were interested in working out more, is maybe instead of saying I'm going to join the gym, say I'm going to do 25 push-ups when I wake up and when I go to sleep. And that's fairly simple, but it's something that you can commit to and you can create patterns. Because the thing that's more important than setting a goal is, once we set that goal, is creating repetition to where it becomes a new habit. We want to create this new creature of habit, because humans are creatures of habit. But we need to create a new creature of habit, because my old creature of habit was not in the habit of doing the things that's going to find me my personal success. So the Body Space app is cool because it allows me to commit to a program. I get to find a program, something that I'm interested in, so that's something I didn't have to think about. That helps with my decision fatigue. It allows me to track my progress and my program. So I don't have to think about what workouts I'm doing. It's already laid out for me. And there's a ton of workouts to choose from. And then I can go on my phone and easily track that information. I can stay up to date with that information. I can follow my friends. My friends can follow me. I can follow new people. There's a community. People encourage each other there. You can show your progress pictures. You can see other people going through this struggle or this journey with you, which is something we'll talk about later. But shared trauma or struggle or hardships is in camaraderie is a really big deal when achieving goals and feeling connected and feeling motivated and inspired to finish our things or to commit to something. It's a lot easier to commit to a program when you know someone is going through that process with you and maybe leading you along the way. You just need that extra motivation sometimes, or sometimes you're able to motivate others. And that's another part of commitment. Yoga Bay / Trisha was depending on me to make these clips for our Instagram page. So if I didn't do it the night before, if I don't do it the night before, she doesn't have it. So responsibility is something that we can add into that process of learning how to commit and committing to something. When somebody else is relying on you, our chances of completing or finishing something is greater because we feel accountable and responsible. So you know what time it is. It's almost perfect because she moved it back because she did drive today. So when we commit, it shows others that we can be good leaders. Commitment to ourselves puts us in a position where we can be responsible and build loyalty with other people. And they are way more amped and motivated to follow us or join us on the journey in whatever it is that we're doing. And they feel comfortable with us because they see that we have an ability to commit to something. When we commit to things, we usually finish things. Done is always better than perfect, and that's something I've been putting in practice the last year. And we're here for what? You'll see in a second. People in this mall, but specifically in the Starbucks. There's 10 things you can do to set yourself up for the proper direction, right? So one,
About iPhones or technology or anything like that, you can't be doing that in your store.
I'm not talking about iPhones or technology.
You're talking about phones?
I'm not talking about iPhones.
Well, you're talking about phones.
I'm not talking about. I said no phones. No. So not to use your cell phone.
Okay, so I can't have you recording like our product or team members or something inside your
Okay. The next thing to do, number 2, is gratitude. As soon as you wake up, say thank you. And if you have a partner, acknowledge them, embrace them. If you're a religious person, acknowledge the Creator. If you're not, just say thankful to yourself and life for giving you another chance to being great today. Third thing, record your dreams. If you're a person that doesn't remember their dreams currently, that's okay. When you go to sleep, have the intention of dreaming what you want to dream about, what type of experience you want to have. In the morning, have the intention of waking up in the morning, of remembering your dream, and then recording that dream. This is important, and we'll talk about it in another vlog. Number 4 is after you've recorded your dream, you get out of the bed, brush your teeth. That's important because it wakes you up. But it's not just brushing your teeth, but brushing your teeth with your left hand. The reason we want to do that is because it motivates neurological pathways, our way of thinking. So it actually teaches the brain how to think and new ways of thinking, and it actually accelerates our learning process and ability. After brushing your teeth with your left hand, we have 5, and that's exercise and bathe. What that does is promotes a healthy lifestyle, and it gives you another reason to take a shower. And taking a shower is important because that's a motivation to actually start your day, be progressive, get things done. Eat breakfast is really important. Eat breakfast to fuel the body and keep that healthy mindset going. The 9th thing that I do is read. Read something educational, not just entertaining, but you could, but I would promote and encourage you to read something educational, something that you can learn from, something that you can apply to your regular life. And if you can, read a paperback book. If you have to read in the Kindle or iPad, do so. But if you have a book that you can turn the pages and feel the paper, do that. Last but not least, 10th thing that you should go to do before touching your phone is smash your to-do list. So you should already have a to-do list for the day ready and written up from the day before. But 10 is go in and start killing that to-do list. Start knocking out all the things that you need to do to be great and to save the world and to be phenomenal that you could do to promote this new creature of habit that you want to become. So there's 10 things that you can use, kind of arrange your mornings to be more successful in micro goals or creating the reality that you want in life. So the rule of thumb is usually if you're right-handed, you should wear your watch on your left hand. And if you're left-handed, you should wear your watch on your right hand. Reason being is to protect the watch. If you're right-handed, you're usually doing a lot more activities with your primary hand, and the chances of brushing up against something and harming your watch is greater. So they say wear it on your opposite or support hand. Same for left-handed people. So in this sense, if you're left-handed, just apply what I'm saying about right-handed people in reverse. If you're right-handed, you're what I call a lefty-righty, which means since you're right-handed, you wear your watch on your left hand. If you buy your watches, you usually have a crown on either side. Most people buy a watch they like and don't think anything about it. And if they're right-handed, they put it on the left hand, and the crown may be on this side of the watch, but that's not the proper side. Reason being is when you go to bend your wrist, you don't want to cause pain, friction, or activation for smartwatches like the Apple Watch. To start activating, you want it above the wrist or collar side. So we have a quick hack how we could actually take the Apple Watch and flip the crown around to this side, but still have it in the proper orientation so we could use it. Because if you were to simply just take your Apple Watch and flip it and put it on the other wrist or upside down, the orientation wouldn't align correctly. And this is how we do it. You want to open your iPhone, go over to your Apple Watch app, scroll down to General, Then scroll down to watch orientation. Then select left wrist, digital crown, left side. Once you do that, it's best to switch your watch band around so you can wear it as usual. And now, your watch is oriented on the correct side of your left hand, towards the sleeve and not towards the hand. And that is how you put your crown of your Apple Watch Series 3 on the proper side. Okay, question of the day. What would you do differently? What would you do to make the Apple Watch better? What flaws do you see in it? What could be corrected? What has Apple missed and why? Leave it in the comment section below. Some of the best ideas come from comments in the community. And it's about that time. And I'd like to thank you for yours. If you liked the video and if it helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date with what we're doing on the show. Again, I'm FaShon VEGA. This is Hate by Design. And remember, define, design, repeat.